Let me make sure I heard this right. In order for Franco to show his serial killing face, the feds and locals have agreed to Jason's conditional release. Said conditions being that I have to agree to be his personal watchdog. And if Jason manages to escape while in my custody, I will then be charged as an accessory and might then face prison time?
Correct.
Screw that.
I actually do understand what you're going through, what it's like to grow up with Sonny as your father. Like I've told you 100,000 times, I grew up with a monster for a father as well. It's amazing you turned out so grounded.
I think you're about the only person I know who'd call me grounded.
Well, don't get hasty now. You still got your fair share of issues to work out. But you're a sweet girl, Christina, who's just trying to figure out what it's like to be your father's daughter. Well, not getting swallowed up by all things Sonny, of course.
See how you get me? That's it, exactly.
Hey, but see, you've got to have a really good handle on who you are. And it's not going to help you if you keep focusing on getting Sonny's attention. It just keeps you locked in place.
I don't care about Dad's attention. I want to make him suffer.
Yes, and in order to make him suffer, you have to get his attention. Okay, look, I'm not really good at this stuff, figuring out why people do the things they do, but I just know my own limits. And if I want to make Sonny believe that I'm dating his daughter because I hate him and I want to make him miserable, then that means I'm using you. And that makes me no better than he is. And honestly, I would like to believe that I am. So, this fantasy that you want to keep living out with me, it's got to end here, all right?
I need you guys to think this through. I don't want Johnny getting blown up walking down Baker Street. It has to be creative and as distant from me as possible. Now, this is the most important thing. I do not want any innocent bystanders getting hurt. You got a problem?
No, I'm just mulling it over.
Okay, if you got an opinion, go ahead, give it to me.
Well, Clean and Distant might cut it with the cops. They can't come after you without any evidence. Now, Anthony Zakara can do whatever he wants. He's going to know where the hit on his son came from, and he's going to retaliate by taking out one of yours.
Detective, are you refusing to take responsibility for Jason?
You're damn right I am.
Oh, well, what about Franco almost killing Lulu? He has to be stopped.
Now, don't think that you can use Lulu to shoehorn me into advancing your career.
Oh, well, considering the fact that Franco almost blew up your girlfriend to Kingdom Come, I would think that you'd want him to be caught.
You know, this whole Franco thing really worked out well for you timing-wise, didn't it? I mean, Sonny's case was supposed to really be the career maker for you. But you got too enamored with your own brilliance, pissed off a judge, and then got a kid sentenced to prison. Franco's your ticket back to the show.
Again? So what? Why do you care if Franco's capture is a bonus for me?
Ordinarily, I don't, but it's not your ass on the line. You want me to take responsibility for Jason.
It's your job, Detective. We both serve different masters, all right? You're supposed to nab the bad guys and keep them in custody, and I prosecute
You
them.
know, I got an idea here. Why don't I just save us a boatload of time, and I'll just put the cuffs on myself. We both know, now that Michael's not in Pentonville, Jason has no motivation for going back there and nothing to stop him from running away. I'm not going to put my badge on the line to let him have that golden opportunity.
Well, you're all we've got.
Then I suggest you get back to the drawing board.
Listen, Detective. We have a serial killer here who's either murdering people or about to. Where are your priorities?
Should probably just give it back to Interpol, the case. I'm out.
You're not using... Well, okay, maybe a little, but it's okay, because I'm using you too.
It doesn't make it right.
How can you not see how great this is? We both hate my father. We both want him to hurt. And nothing does that better than making him believe his worst enemy is nailing his daughter. When you think about it, you should actually be even more all over this than I am.
Okay, Christina, we don't live in a magic snow globe with Sonny isolated from the rest of the world. Other people who are very, very close to you have thrown around some pretty strong opinions about this so-called relationship. And I can't come in between you and your family. You need them.
Don't even worry about my family. They'll be fine.
Have you seen your mother and your sister lately?
Mom and Sam are upset, but they'll come around.
Where, on Planet Crazy?
Once they see that this was a positive experience for me, they'll realize the end really did justify the means.
Okay, see, now you're starting to scare me because you sound like Claudia.
Ow.
Claudia had 1,000,001 different reasons to stay with Sonny, and they would change whichever way the wind was blowing. And at the drop of a hat, she could rattle off any one of them and honestly, sincerely believe that they were valid. Claudia stayed with Sonny because she finally commanded that respect. She finally had that power that she did not want to relinquish.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, and eventually, she convinced herself that she had a secure future with Sonny, with kids and all, and that she actually loved Sonny, and that maybe with a few tweaks here and there, Sonny would love her too. As if that would ever happen. Christina, the point is, Claudia had to convince herself that she was getting something out of the situation in order to justify staying in that abusive relationship.
That's a terrible analogy. The situations are completely different. You're not abusive, you're nice to me. You don't shove me around or yell at me or call me a whore. And besides, this is just an act.
Yes. I get that. Company. Not anymore. Listen, take this girl somewhere other than here, sit her down, and tell her again why I'm a bad idea. Although this time, make it convincing, huh?
I appreciate you looking at the big picture, Max. But don't you think that if I'm ordering a hit on Johnny Zakara, that I wouldn't be confident that I could neutralize Anthony?
I could show you a long list of dead guys who underestimated Anthony. I mean, he may be a crackpot, but he's a dangerous one.
Max, could you give it up?
Okay. It's okay, Milo. I need to make sure that I got everything covered.
Boss, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't warn you about all possible consequences. You kill Johnny, your sons become targets.
You don't think that's on my mind 24/7, Max? Is this really about Anthony?
Who else?
Well, you used to work for Johnny for a little bit, right? Maybe you got a little loyalty there.
Boss, are you questioning my
No, I'm
loyalty?
not questioning. All I'm saying is if you're thinking of sparing Johnny Zakara's life, let me remind you. There's something wrong with this man. Who's manipulating my daughter, drinking wine with her. Now he's in bed with her. Is that okay with you?
No.
Then you're either with me or against me.
I'm with you, boss, no question. Milo and I will come up with a plan to kill Johnny. Clean and distant.
And make it fast for my daughter's sake. I want this bastard dead by the end of the week.